Hi there, and welcome. Welcome to Pet Loss Support with Joanne. My name is Joanne Berg. I am an experienced therapist and a certified grief educator. I am deeply passionate about supporting people as they navigate the grief that comes with the loss of a beloved pet. Pet loss grief is a very real and profound experience, and yet it is still often minimized, overlooked, or misunderstood. Many people are left feeling as though they should be doing better, whatever that means. They should be coping faster or functioning the same way they did before their loss, especially at work. My work is about creating space where this kind of grief can be acknowledged, respected, and witnessed without judgment. Today, I want to talk about seasonal affective disorder, often referred to as SAD, and how it can intersect with pet loss grief. In this video, I want to talk about 5 interconnected areas as we are in January now and in the midst of the winter months. So number 1, what is seasonal affective disorder or SAD? 2, how do SAD and pet loss grief intersect? 3, when do grief and SAD overlap, and when are they separate experiences? What clients have shared about this time of year? That's number 4. And number 5, the good news. There are ways of managing grief, and SAD is treatable. As always, take what feels helpful to you and leave the rest. So what is seasonal affective disorder or SAD? Seasonal affective disorder is a form of depression linked to seasonal changes, most commonly appearing in the fall and winter months when daylight decreases. For many people, SAD does not feel dramatic or obvious. Instead, it may show up as ongoing fatigue, low motivation, changes in sleep or appetite, difficulty concentrating, or a sense of emotional heaviness or flatness. Some people receive a formal diagnosis upon talking to their doctor, while others simply notice that winter feels harder year after year. This is not a personal failure or a lack of resilience. It is a response to changes in light, routine, and biological rhythms that affect mood, energy, and emotional regulation. How do SAD and pet loss grief intersect? Grieving the loss of a pet already places significant emotional and physical demands on the body and nervous system. Grief requires energy to feel, to remember, to adjust, and to carry the absence of someone who mattered deeply. It is so hard. Seasonal changes can quietly reduce the supports that usually help us cope, such as natural light, time outdoors, social connection, and predictable routines. When those supports decrease, grief can feel heavier, even if you felt that you were starting to feel a little lighter and can handle your grief. SAD does not cause grief, but it can lower your resilience, making grief harder to carry. At the same time, pet loss grief can deepen common winter experiences such as isolation and loneliness. What many people experience is not either grief or SAD, but the intersection of grief and seasonal vulnerability. When are SAD and grief related, and when are they separate? This distinction can be very important. Sometimes grief feels heavier in the winter because conditions around you have changed. Reduced daylight, less movement, and fewer social interactions can all affect how much capacity you have to carry your grief. This is all a normal process of loss. Other times, grief and sad exist side by side. Grief is related to the loss of your pet. Sad is related to seasonal changes. Clients often tell me they feel unsure whether they are depressed or whether their grief is intensifying and activated. Both experiences can be true and valid at the same time. Feeling worse during the winter does not mean you are failing at grief. It means your emotions may be under more strain, and that deserves compassion. So over the years, clients have shared reflections such as, I thought I was coping better, but once winter came, everything felt heavier again. You helped me sort this out. I never thought that sad and my grief can be so messy. Losing my pet was already isolating, and winter made that loneliness feel stronger. You talked about sad, and I immediately saw the connection. What stands out here is that once clients realized that their particular sadness may increase in connection to sad, there is almost a sense of relief. So there is good news. Seasonal affective disorder is treatable, and support does not mean minimizing or rushing grief. Treatment for SAD may include increased light exposure, gentle adjustment to routine, counseling or therapy, and medical consultation when appropriate. Alongside treatment for SAD, there are numerous coping strategies that may be helpful in managing grief. Many people benefit from simplifying their expectations, responding to their low energy with rest rather than self-criticism, creating small grounding routines and rituals that may include their deceased pet, and distractions, small ones, even binge watching a TV series, and allowing grief to ebb and flow without judgment or panic. It's not easy. I can help. Baby steps lead to bigger steps. It is also important to say this clearly. There are many, many ways of supporting grief, and what helps is highly individual. Support can be shaped to your own relationship with your pet, the circumstances of your loss, your personality, and your current life demands. There is no one-size-fits-all approach. I stress that there is no wrong way to grieve, only your way. So in closing, if the combination of seasonal changes and pet loss grief feel overwhelming, you do not have to carry this alone. I will meet you exactly where you're at. Let's talk. If you would like support, you can reach out to me through my website, petlossandbereavement.com, or email me, joannebergen1@gmail.com. Please subscribe and comment below. I would welcome the opportunity to hear your story. Take good care of yourself and see you next time.